Arts, and it is Face Reading Fridays, and I have been looking forward to this all week. And I am going to invite my friend Nita, who has agreed to be my face reader for today. So give me just a second as there she is, Nita. If you can hit the invite button or the join button, so that I can get you on here. I've got to figure out how to split the screen, you guys. Technology, we're doing this for the first time. Let's see. Okay, no, that's a filter. We don't want that. There we go. Haha. Now I'm adding. Yay! Okay. Hopefully it's waiting on her. We're going to load it up. But a little bit more about face reading, what this is. It's fun. It's something that I love to do. Hi, there you are. Everybody,
Hi.
This is Nita. And Chinese face reading is something that I've studied for over a decade. Hi. And what it allows you to do, it's kind of fun. The features tell a story about somebody collectively, individually, tells you about history, shows you where lessons are learned. It's also a branch of Chinese medicine that helps diagnostically, medically. And as I've had a long career in medicine, this interests me in that way. But I like to do the fun part of it that people love to hear, of why they behave the way they behave and what their different features mean. So we have this beautiful, lovely lady right here, Nita. Hi. And she has a classically beautiful fire face. And the first thing that I'm sure anybody notices when they look at you is light there, there's a sparkle there, and that is a classic sign of somebody with a fire face. You smile very easily. People that are fire are very bubbly, they're very passionate, they're excited. They are the friend you want to call when you have news to share. They always want to reach out to a fire person because they know that you are going to be so excited for them and genuinely so. You're going to be like, yes, oh my God. How do we, and you'll probably want to say like, how do we celebrate this? Does that sound about right to you?
Yes, 100%.
How do we celebrate this? Because fire means to be excitable. And if you think about just the nature of how fire works, fire, when you light a match and then you light something else, it spreads. And so having that energy as your home base energy means that you as a person are infectious. You walk into a room, your smile is going to light everybody up, your energy, you're just going to bring forth this like bubbliness, you're going to exude love and warmth, and you're going to want to touch people and put your hand on people and just be like, oh, I'm so glad to see you, I'm so glad to see you. And it's not like you're trying to be the center of attention. It's just going to happen, even in the smallest of ways, because that's just the energy of fire. It's just how it works. It envelops things in a good way. Like you want to hug people, you want to love them, you want them to feel love.
Yes.
And so the features that do that are primarily the eyes. And you can always see that because a fire person always looks like this. So you'll see that their forehead, their eyebrows go up, and they have this sense of kind of like excitement about them. And over time, that can lead to little like lines across the forehead that people get, just, aging and whatnot. But fire people get that because they make this face. They're so excited all the time to be around people. There they are right there. See, when you do that, you can see that. Those are also lessons learned in the 20s. So different features, different realms in the face have different decades. So if we have lines across our forehead, it means that we learned a lot of lessons from our late teens all the way down through our 20s. The forehead is that decade. So when we see those, don't think of it as a bad thing. It's a good thing. You learned a lot of lessons. Does that resonate with you? Does that feel pretty true about life lessons? Yes. And so one of the things I asked Nita to do, and you can see it right here, is her hairline kind of juts in a little bit. There's a little bit like almost like a little step right there. And yep, right there. Perfect. You can see that. What that means is that you were brought up in a strict household. There were rules, there were expectations specifically around manners, decorum, how you handle yourself. And those are things that carry forward with you. Even though you may be excitable and this and that, there's something through to the core of you as expressed by that hairline that you will always behave in a very classy, tactful manner because manners mean something to you. And that's just a function of how you were raised, and that shows up in your hairline. Isn't that a trip?
That's crazy.
I know, most people will look at that, and I have a completely different hairline than you, but that's what that shows right there. If we look at a couple other really neat features on your face, we'll see that you've got really nice rounded eyebrows. and you have a prominent chin, which is, both of those are signs of water. And it means that things that you do, your chin shows that you will have a strength, a willpower, and a determination. So you may be easily excitable, but you will also have the ability to dig in. Somebody who is just entirely fire, sometimes they have a problem with following through because they get so excited that they can't focus and take the steps. So this will help balance that with some extra drive and determination to do the things that you want to do in life. The fact that it's rounded and that your eyebrows are rounded and that your eyes are rounded mean that you will tend to want to do things with kindness. And people will see that you may be excitable, but you're genuinely kind, and you would never dream of hurting somebody's feelings. And if someone ever said, "Oh my God, you hurt my feelings," it probably wrecks you for more than 24 hours. I would guess. Yeah. That tends to be a hallmark sign of people with a fire face. And so you do see that. And your features are also very soft. So that also shows a little bit of the water feature, which means that you have a lot of creativity flowing through your genes on both sides. But I'm also seeing predominantly on the mother's side, even more so than the father. If I look at both sides of your forehead, that's where that's shown up right there. Definitely creativity, and definitely have a little, I can see the philtrum, which means emotional. Again, that's a water sign, and that's also, fire is also emotional, but in a different way. There's a depth if you have that philtrum, which you see is that little groove right above the lips. Yeah, that right there. So that also involves your creativity and your ability to feel things. It's a really nice balance, because fire can seem, sometimes people think of fire as superficial, but this and those other water features really balance you out and show that, yeah, you're going to be easily excitable, but you're also really capable of feeling deep things and processing those, and even going internal to do that. How does that resonate with you too?
Yes. Very true.
Yes. Okay, we'll pull out a couple more features for you. If we look at your eyes, the shape, we see a little bit of the pointed, we call that an inner canthus right here and in there. And that is also a symbol of fire. So if you were to get too heated at somebody, per se, they might experience some of the wrath of fire if you should get mad.
Yes.
Shows that when you get to that point, you could be a little sharp with your words. You might scorch them a little bit.
Yes.
But it takes a little bit for you to get there, because that's balanced out by the other features in your face. Also, if we take a quick look, we'll see that your eyes are kind of slightly tilted upward a little bit. And that is indicative of what's the word I want to use? Not creative, curious, a curious nature. So you always want to learn, and easily excitable, and you never stop being curious about things. And that's a good thing, because it produces awe and wonder. And the more awe and wonder you have, the more joy you get from life. And that's just a huge word with associated with fire. Would you say people describe you as joyful?
Yeah, I would think so. I would hope so.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
See, there it is.
Yeah.
That's a classic fire laugh. Easy to laugh, easy to smile. And those are some of the features that do that for you too. So we also see go ahead and smile again. Yes. Okay. So you've got these lines that come in too, which means you may have also experienced a little bit of loss in your life at some point, whether it be friendships or family. So there has been some grief. That's where it will show up on the face. And the other thing it shows is that possibly at times you could have a little bit of a tendency to restrict yourself a little bit too much, whether that be either with what you eat or what, exercise, or healthfully, or even just thoughts that you have of trying to restrict it. And that is a balance with the fire, which is so exuberant. So it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And it shows that you have a really good balance of all these features. Just be mindful not to take that to too much of an extreme. What does that sound like for you?
That sounds right.
Sounds pretty right on? Yeah.
Yes.
So these are kind of like all the things that we can see that just show up in your face. If you'll turn sideways for me and I can just show people. Yeah, a little more. Yep. Okay, you can see the rounded forehead, and that is also indicative of somebody who has a lot of creativity. She's going to be able to find you solutions for things that are out of the box. She may have a little and use that to harness her creativity. The last thing I'm going to point out about your face is you have these beautiful cheekbones. You see those gorgeous high cheekbones, people? That is, don't laugh, these are called bossy cheeks, and I have them too. And so bossy cheeks are those high cheekbones, which means you don't have a problem telling people what to do or expressing yourself, especially if it leads to orderliness. So it's a really neat balance. That's actually a metal feature, which means you're also very sensitive. And those go hand in hand. Fire is sensitive, metal is sensitive. But you just have this gorgeous overall fire face and exuberant energy. And that's kind of how the features translate to what we would see with your personality. So the only thing that I would encourage you to be aware of with, you have so much fire and it's easy to get excitable. People with fire have to be mindful of not burning out their chi. So making sure that you want to be there for everybody and do everything and go. You do need to make sure that you really take the time to go inward, take care of yourself, and exhibit self-care. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So make sure that you're getting enough self-care for yourself, because it's so easy for you to want to give to others and express your love for them that way by showing up, being there, celebrating, being, excited for them. And remember to be excited for yourself too. All the things that you give outward, make sure that you turn them inward. So that's the Face Reading Friday.
Cool.
I hope it was helpful or fun for you.
Yes.
And I really
super
appreciate
fun.
you coming on to do this. And if you have any other questions, I'll answer them for you offline. Thanks for joining, you guys, for Face Reading Fridays. And I'll be reaching out because I'll need a new person each Friday. Thanks.